This week we're going to have a look around what is allegedly one of the squishiest and comfiest SUVs on the market. It's the Citroen C5 Aircross. First things first, this is a big unit and definitely one of the chunkier models in this segment, with a nice bit of height and width and great road presence. The quirky styling is also sure to demand a second glance, with this funky chevron grille and this slightly toned down version of those famous air bumps that we first saw on the C4 Cactus. It's not just all style and no practicality, however, and one of the Citroen C5's biggest strengths lies in its practicality. And in fact, with a maximum capacity of up to 720 litres, it's got the largest boot in the segment by quite some distance. It is massive in here. It also comes with lots of handy features inside too, like an adjustable boot floor. You've got some tether points and a 12-volt charging socket. The only slight niggle I have is that if you want to drop those back seats flat, you have to come all the way around here to do so. But on the positive side, they do fold nice and flat, and also in a very handy three-way split, meaning that you can carry longer items back here without interfering with the outer two. Once you pop them all back up, then space in the back is equally as impressive, with loads of legroom and a generous amount of headroom too, thanks to that tall, boxy shape. The real trump card in the back, however, is that all three seats are individual and highly adjustable. So they all slide forwards and backwards, and they even recline if you want to get really comfy back here. It's also great news for families with several young children because nobody gets a raw deal, not even the middle seat passengers, thanks to this completely flat floor. And even if there are two car seats mounted on either side, which you can fix securely to the vehicle with these two sets of Isofix anchors. There's also one more Isofix point on the front passenger seat, which you can use so long as you disable the airbag first. It feels very bright and airy up front, with a nice raised driving position and plenty of scope to get comfortable with adjustment in both the seat and the steering wheel. It also feels very, very French up here. And that's a good thing, of course, because it means lots of nice little quirky design touches and plenty of comfort features too. Storage in the front of the cabin is also really good, with huge door bins, a massive central storage unit under here, and then all your usual nooks and crannies to help to stash your road trip essentials. There are 4 trim levels to choose from, which are artfully called Start, Touch, Feel and Flair, and all come reasonably well equipped. But for us, the sweet spot of the range lies here in this Feel model, which comes with a raft of high-tech comfort and safety features, yet still comes in at under €30,000. Highlights include a fully digital instrument cluster, an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment display complete with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and a reversing camera. It's also got cruise control and some clever safety features like blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning and an inbuilt dash cam, which might come in handy in the event of an accident. On the outside then, you've got 18-inch alloy wheels, 3D effect LED lights and privacy glass. I can't say I'm a huge fan of this infotainment system, however, which I find just a little bit too fussy. And I'd also much rather see physical dials for things like temperature, which you just want to be able to access immediately without messing around with a touchscreen. The graphics are also a little bit meh compared to some of its more mainstream competitors. But other than that, it's a very nice, comfortable and really quite cheerful place to be. Citroen prides itself on comfort, and the new C5 Aircross has been fitted with a very sophisticated suspension setup that uses progressive hydraulic air cushions to make sure you get the smoothest journey possible. And that it certainly does. It's a super smooth and supple ride that makes short work of even the lumpiest of B-roads. This one I'm driving is the blue HDI 130, which is a 1.5 litre diesel, paired in this case with a 6-speed manual gearbox. It has a power output of 130 HP and an impressive claim fuel economy of 5.4 litres per 100 kilometres. Now I've been getting closer to 6, but that's still pretty good given the size of the car. There's also a couple of petrol options available in the PureTech 130 and 180, as well as a 2-litre diesel, and most of them can be paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, the one slight trade-off for that very comfortable suspension setup is that it does tend to roll a bit on corners. And the steering is also a touch on the light side, which gives it a bit of a wallowy feel. Now, that is not going to matter a bit to the family buyers whose main concerns will be space and safety, and who will more than likely spend most of their time around town where it's not so obvious. But at the same time, it's not exactly what you'd call a driver's car, and if you're after something more engaging, then you might want to look elsewhere. The Citroen C5 Aircross is a comfy, spacious and fun SUV that offers decent value for money. And for those still a bit wary of the French badge, it also comes with the reassurance of a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty. In fact, if you can forgive the slightly dull drive, it's probably one of the most sensible options in this segment at the moment, and certainly worthy of a place on the shortlist for those after something a bit more original than a Qashqai or a Tucson. Would you drive one? Do let us know what you think in the comment section below, like and share if you enjoyed the video, and hit subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with all the latest new cars to hit the market.